Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. Today's video I am going to be giving a review on Mary Poppins the Musical. This is the Australian production that's currently on at the Capitol Theatre in Sydney. And that's my ticket. And basically it's amazing. That's pretty much the only word I can use to describe it. I loved every minute of the production. It was breathtaking. It was so worth the money that I spent to go, and I really want to go see it again, but probably won't have the chance to go because it's only playing in Sydney for a short time, so probably won't get the chance to go again. But it was so worth the money, and I totally recommend anyone go see that everyone should go see it if you're in Australia and you have the chance to go. I mean, I can't speak for any other productions that are currently on around the world, but the Australian production, totally worth seeing, because one of the best theatre experiences I've had. I don't know if it beats The Lion King, because I adored The Lion King, but Mary Poppins would have to come close. It's just everything about it, the acting, the songs, the staged sets, the effects. It was actually, for the money, it was actually pretty cheap with what value you got for it. And but I had so much fun seeing it. I didn't want it to end, basically, because the show ran for 2 hours and 40 minutes with a 20-minute interval. So I went to the 1 o'clock matinee yesterday, the 15th, and I got out at about 3:45. So but it feels like the time just flies by, basically, when you're there, because you don't it's just like 1 minute you're in there, the next you're out, basically. So it's 10 out of 10, definitely. But it's just amazing. So many amazing things about the show. Sorry about that. The cast, I sort of mentioned everything previously, but the cast were superb. It was Verity, I can't think of her surname at the moment. She played the title role, Mary Poppins. She was perfect. Obviously, Julie Andrews is Mary Poppins, so no one can beat her performance, but she was a pretty good close second. She just had that, magical sense about her. It was because it was just you had Verity as Mary, you had Matt Lee, I think that's his name. He's a dance personality in Australia. He played Bert. He was amazing again as Bert. He had Philip Cost, I think that's how you say his name, as George Banks, and Marina Pryor as Winifred. They work so well together. Marina Pryor is my favourite musical theatre actress. I've been dying to see her in a musical for ages because I wanted to go and see her in Guys and Dolls when it was playing at the Capitol a couple of years ago, but I never got the chance to. And but yeah, I'm so glad I finally got that opportunity to see her in a musical. Judy Connolly, I think that's her name, she was amazing as Miss Andrews. It's a small role but really like memorable. Like, she's only on for a couple of scenes, but she definitely makes a lasting impression. And what else? Sally Ann Upton, who played Mrs. Brill, I actually think she was the standout role. I mean, for such a small role, like, I mean, she's not there throughout, like, she's only in, like, several scenes here and there, but she really shines in that performance. I actually think she was my favourite character in the, in, like, the whole show, because Mrs. Brill, she's the housekeeper in the musical, and yeah, the overall cast spectacular. I don't know who the child actors were who played Jane and Michael, because they've got 5 sets of children, like 5 Janes and 5 Michaels who share the roles, which now I know why they actually had that many like doing the like doubling, because the roles are actually quite demanding, like because I think they're on for virtually the entire, I mean, there might be a couple of scenes where they're not in the actual, like on at the actual stage, but they're in most of the scenes, so but it was such a fantastic experience. It's just the set designs spectacular. They really made use of the stage, like, because I was kind of wondering how they'd be able to put on like something so magical and transfer it to the stage, and they did it perfectly. Like for the house, like Cherry Tree Lane, they had a revolving set kind of thing where one set they'd show the front of the house, like just the front, and then it would like go back and then open up to the inside, like the interior, and then it revolve again, and then it would be Jane and Michael's room, and then it would like move in, and then it'd be the rooftop. Yeah, it's really spectacular set design. What else? Yeah, and the effects, like general effects, like when it rained, she had like the entire stage sort of had like the like rain effects, and then like when there's thunder and lightning, like it just lit up the stage, and then because you had, and there's a lot of actual, like, and the wire work, that was really well done. Because obviously you had like Mary flying in, because she, like when she's on the wires, and she wouldn't want to be scared of heights doing that musical, I reckon, in the thing, because you had Mary on the wires, and then in the chimney sweep scene you had Bert on the wires as well, where he went around the stage, like he walked up the side of the stage and then upside down on the roof and then down again, and that was so well done. And then the final scene where like Mary leaves them for good, and she flies out, she actually had her flying up into the audience, so you went up, she went like straight up and then up into the roof where thing was, and it was so well done. I know I'm repeating myself a few times, but I'm just like trying to describe what I thought of the show. And then what else you've had? My favourite number was, I think, the chimney sweep scene where all the sweeps are on the roof. Step in Time, I believe the musical number's called, which I've sort of been playing on and off on my iPod because I've got the Australian cast recording. Well, actually, I have the original London one as well, but I've been listening to the Australian production more. And Step in Time, the tap dance number, superb. I think that was my favourite moment. Then Anything Can Happen's one of my favourite songs. Feed the Birds. Because normally Feed the Birds was played by Deborah Byrne, I think that's her name. She's she's done quite a few things, but I know she originated the role of Grisabella in the Australian premiere production of Cats, which is how I know, but we didn't actually have her for this show. We had Kirsten Kin, I think is the name, because if there was a role change, we got like the little pamphlets that said who would be playing the roles, and cause I think she was the swing captain. So, but she did a great job in that. Feed the Birds is another one of my favourite songs. Just everything about the show I loved. It was so worth the effort into going, because I basically left at 6:15 to go, because I had to catch the bus into Lithgow, which is about 45 minutes away, and then from Lithgow into Central Station, which is like 3 hours. So I spent most of the time travelling, but it was worth it, because I got into Central Station at about 10:30, and then because obviously the show wasn't till 1, so I had a bit of time to fill in, because it's been about 5 years since I've been to the capital, so I had to sort of refamiliarise myself where it was, but it probably took me about 10 minutes to get there because it's about 2 blocks away. Even though I realised I probably could have just caught because I had a free shuttle service, and I was like, I probably could have caught that and just gone there myself, like on the bus, but I didn't mind the walk. So it's just, it's a bit slippery, like, because the weather down there wasn't perfect, but it wasn't raining, which I'd been dreading, because I was like, because there'd been this forecast for like Sydney to get a torrential downpour, and I was like, please don't rain, please don't rain. It didn't rain, not at least while I was in Sydney, so, I mean, I had my umbrella and that, but I didn't want to have to put up with the wet weather, so, all I had to do was try not to slip over the roads when I crossed them, but, it was, just such a great day. I mean, long, but, because it was also interesting because they had even though I don't think it wasn't really affected by it, but they had a rally thing not far from where I was, so I didn't know how that was going to actually impact on, had a rally at Parliament House in Sydney, which is about 6 blocks up from Central Station, so, but I think most people who would have been there were already there, so didn't really impact on that too much. But, and then also it was State of Origin, so I saw all the crowds coming in from Sydney, but like I was kind of used to football, not like Friday, like football night crowds, because when I was in Sydney for the Easter show, when you came back on the train, you'd see everyone heading out to Olympic Park, which is where the State of Origin was, but the Blues won, New South Wales. I don't care about football, but I do care that New South Wales actually managed to win a game for once, so we've still got a chance at the State of Origin title, because we haven't won one in like 5 years. So that's just a little side note, but anyway, but I loved everything about yesterday, well, not when I got back to Bathurst, and I had to wait for 20 minutes outside in the cold at the station by myself because I couldn't get into the waiting rooms because it was locked. So yeah, that wasn't a good experience because I actually found that more freaky than being down in the middle of Sydney by myself, because that was the first time I'd actually taken a trip into Sydney without anyone with me. Because the last time I went into the capital, I was with a friend, and my grandparents were also on that same train. So, but yeah, it's just I was kind of like, well, I can do that now. So if there's ever another musical on, which I'm sure there will be, I can always just get the train and get into the capital. And yeah, so because the last time I was at the capital, it was 5 years ago, Australia Day 2005. So yeah, it took a bit of familiarization because it took me a while to figure out how to get out of Central Station, because the first way I tried, I couldn't figure out how to get out of the parking lot, and then I had to backtrack, and then I found where I was supposed to go. So, but yeah, so what else still have to cover? Because the performance was virtually sold out. It was like nearly, I think, pretty much a full house, which I was expecting, because there weren't that many seats left when I booked mine, and then when I checked it again just to see how this, like if it would be sold out, there was like only a few seats. And yeah, I think that's what there was like for the actual show. And then yeah, and because there's actually quite a few of school groups who were there, which sort of didn't really take into account, but it kind of made me nostalgic for when I first saw The Lion King, because the first time I saw it, it was part of a school group, because I went with my schools, because in year 10, which is 2003, I was doing drama and music as my electives, and then it was the like music and drama classes for years 9, 10 and 11, I believe. They went down, like we all went down on like a couple of buses, and yeah, so it kind of made me nostalgic for that, but it was, yeah, just such a great experience. And yeah, recommend, if you have the chance to go see it. You won't regret it, basically. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Otherwise, I'm just probably going to keep rambling on. And yeah, so yeah, that's it, I guess. So until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye.